the head of that department as far as the fellows were concerned. And that was very good. And about that time, the war came along, World War II, and everybody, of course, had to volunteer for service, whether they wanted to or not. Everybody had to be patriotic, and they all had to apply for the services. And so we all did. And they declared me essential because I was resident surgeon at City Hospital. So I did not go to fight in World War II. So I was there a while, and then after that, there was a lot of emergency surgery at Boston City Hospital, a lot of training in emergency surgery. I've repaired 3 ruptured duodenal and gastric ulcers in one afternoon. So you see, we saw a lot of emergency surgery. And appendectomies were, you know, innumerable. And so we saw a lot of emergency work, massive hemorrhages and so forth. But I wanted to get a lot of elective surgery, which I could not get there. So eventually I transferred to the Mayo Clinic, and Muriel was with me at that time.
I was with you before that.
Wait for her to come in there,
Anyway,
no, it's you go.
now wait, now your romance part is coming just about now, so relax.
We want romance now.
Be careful what you say. Anyway, so that's what happened, and then when I was at the City Hospital, I had previously met this character here at Faulkner Hospital, and what attracted me to her was the fact that she had a pretty nice gams, I think. And she had a few other attributes. So I thought, well, this bears investigating. So I made it a point to get more acquainted, and then I said, wouldn't you like to play tennis? And so, you know what happened in the tennis games.
Yes, I did.
What happened?
I never could return a serve, and it was just awful. And all I did was run after the ball all the time. It was fun.
Anyway, we had a chance to visit,
Yeah.
and we set up a date. And of course, at that time, nurses were not allowed to be married. If they were married, they were out of the hospital. At least that was what was true.
Butter and train.
That was true there. And so she was very anxious, of course. You know how women are. They're pushing the.
Well, when I
Getting anxious. So she said, well, maybe we should get married. So we thought, well, let's go to someplace, but we must not let them know about it at that time.
We did agree that we would be married secretly.
What was that?
We were there. We did agree. I forget what we agreed to. Oh, we agreed that we should get married.
Yes.
Quit fooling around and put me out.
They fooling around. I didn't get that in the contract. But anyway, so we went to Schenectady, and we got married there. And of course,
I'll make sure that
And
Muriel.
there were a lot of interesting characters there whom we had never met before. And, I was there, and it was a wonderfully hot day. It was so hot, just steamy hot. And I was getting ready for the wedding ceremony, and I was completely dressed except that I didn't wear a shirt.
Oh, no, yeah, your shirt was open, because I remember the details.
Okay. And then, so I was coming down the stairs, and I said, and the people were down there getting ready for the wedding and so forth. And I said, this is the way I'm gonna be when I'm married, you know, without any shirt and comfortable and so forth. And this friend of hers, he said, for the lawn's sakes, man, he says, zip up your zipper. Uncle Bill Miller. And he was a Scotchman, and he was one of these, what are they, the devils, there was some name for him in World War.
Goodness, yes. Yeah,
World War
not
II.
important, like
It was a Scottish group that they would go right in there with the bayonets and everything else, and hell loose for anything.
Ladies from hell.
Ladies from So anyway, the reception that I got was not exactly joyful. Because these people were quite religious, and they belonged to a group that was called
The Brethren.
the Brethren. And they were quite steady people that weren't joking around too much. Anyway, then we've missed a part here, and I want you to tell more about the romance part.
Well, I think you told the best part.
No, we want more.
Well, I thought he was a very cute guy. My roommate kept saying, oh, he's adorable. Oh, I hope I can get a date with him. And I said, cool, if that kid is going to come and he's going to spend his time as an intern, and then he's going to back to Wisconsin, where his girlfriend Pauline has been waiting for the last year and a half.
That's what you thought. That's what you thought.
We skipped Pauline.
We did.
Her name was Helen.
I had it right on whatever.
That was a different
What's her
one, Bill.
face? I called her what's her face. Now that you said that, I'm going to tell something you did. He spotted a debutante. She was really everything a debutante should be, good and bad. And I knew that this young Wisconsin fellow wasn't barking up the right tree. But I didn't say anything. But later he was showing pictures of him.
What's her name?
I guess it must have been what's her name, Helen. And I lost my train of thought. What was my comment? He showed me a picture of Helen. I hadn't seen one. And I said, gee, which one's, she was standing with her horse. Which one is the horse? Touche.
So I'm going to leave that for the time being.
More romance.
Romance, we want to hear about the wedding.
Oh, another bit of advice though that I garnered as in my journey is women. Be very careful when you look these girls over, because we were at the theater and I thought, maybe he's not very attentive, and he was for about 10 minutes and I was getting hotter and hotter, and I said to him, see, this is what you call a senior moment. This is, let's go on to the next thing. Remember my point.
He was looking at the women.
And you were going to put him in his place.
Your point was,
Oh, yeah, don't Well, I was furious, actually. I can't come up with the answer now. I'm 85, give me the credit.
Well, I learned, we always went to Chicago is our time off from
I love
raising a family. And that was always delightful. We were there for about 3 days and we'd go to the shows that were there, and then we'd have big steak dinners and we'd live it
Sometimes
up.
go to a
And
naughty
we'd go to
movie.
Marshall Fields, which was a big thing at that time, and we'd have all sorts of good times together. And then we'd return again to the family that we had left, 4 or 5 of them, with a very,
Well, what happened to
very
the
trusted
others?
people. Yeah.
You left 8 of them.
So that was the start of things. But anyway, we decided when we did get to Appleton, Wisconsin, which was a Fox River Valley area, and
Beautiful.
there were lumber makers, and they had the streams and all there with the big logs going down. And it was quite a profitable area. There were a lot of people there that were raising large families,
Mhm.
and you couldn't hold your head up in the area, Little Chute, which was called because it was a large Dutch place. You couldn't hold up your head there unless you had 12 children. They would have, most of them had 8 to 12 children. And they would go to St. Elizabeth Hospital and they'd say, "See you next year."
I dropped out of it. 8 kids, that's
Eight friends
nothing.
said, "See you next year." But anyway, we worked along. Then my cousin from Chicago came and said, "Say, you're selling yourself short since you're with this group that you're with. You should go out on your own because of the training that you've had and the experience you've had and so forth." And so I took his advice, but my salary with that group was so poor that I didn't have anything to move along on. So he says, "I'll stake you for your initial expenses to get you going until you." It was my dad's brother's son, who was a lawyer from Chicago. So we moved along and we progressed along until after a while we had a building, and Sprissy was the boss at home. A lesson in life is the woman has charge at the house. The man has the charge in the office. So if it came to any problems, that was the rule. Lady has charge of what goes on in the house. Man has charge of what goes on in the office. And both of us were dictators. So and she did some of the nursing work around there, and also the pathologist there was a good friend, so he taught her a lot of the lesser procedures that you might do for short term, so that she did some of the laboratory work too. And then she also kind of supervised the other people that were there, the receptionist and and we rented part of the building to a dentist, and that was a very good move, although dental building is one of the most expensive parts of a building. There's so much plumbing and so much work that has to be done in that. So we persevered. We raised how many children?
5 3 sons.
Yes, that's right. And so they've kept us busy. We're on good